see. We're gonna watch hospital turned into a war zone after a new father opens fire. Holy shit. Are you ready? Get your fucking popcorns and shit. Get your food. Get your throw up bags and shit. This shit gonna be gruel. Alright, chat, let's watch this shit. This shit probably gonna get posted on YouTube too. Hold on. Okay, hospital turns into a war zone after a new father opens fire.
What happened?
Hey, watch out, man, watch out.
Holy shit. In the hospital?
10:30, a man with a gun up here, 4-6.
Okay, listen, we can work this out, partner, okay? All I want to do is just get the people outside, please.
Where's it at? Where's it at?
Holy
Come on, come on!
Why?
You need to get out of the way. Keep your hands by your sides! Come on, come on.
It was a beautiful Saturday in Dallas, Texas, when the nightmare of all calls went out to police officers in the bustling city. There was an active shooter at the Methodist Dallas Medical Center. Gunfire had been exchanged between a man and hospital police in the mother and child ward of the building. Multiple casualties were reported. The suspect was within one of the rooms, and it looked as if a hostage situation could be developing. Join us as we look into the violence, the loss, and the sacrifice and heroism of that fateful day.
Their intro will always be fire.
Before we begin, we would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of Jacqueline Paqua and Katie Annette Flowers, who lost
Bro,
their
this be the
lives
saddest
that
part
fateful day.
every time.
Let's start a bit earlier and take a look at the young couple. As a pair, they had been on-again, off-again partners for almost 8 years.
Bad.
Nestor Oswaldo Hernandez and Selena Villatoro had met in 2014. Nestor had just served a 2-year stint in prison for simple robbery. The two hit it off, and she kind of fell into his
Selena
lifestyle.
can definitely
A year later, the pair would be arrested for and convicted of aggravated robbery. The robbery involved a woman who ended up with her hands taped together, her eyes taped shut, and her car being stolen, along with $3,000 in cash she had been collecting at a fundraising event.
What the
couple
fuck they
would
be
be
doing,
caught
chat?
later still driving the woman's car and still holding on to a number of the victim's possessions. The two were intoxicated, and Selena would admit that earlier in the evening she had injected heroin. Each of the two would plead guilty to robbery charges,
Maybe she can't be
with
safe.
Nestor getting 8 years and Selena getting a 5-year sentence. Selena would get out of prison first, followed a year later by Nestor, who was paroled just 6 years into his sentence. The two would rekindle their rocky relationship, and Selena would get pregnant. Nestor would have a couple of issues during his parole, once getting into a vehicle accident that was his fault, and the second time, more seriously, was caught trying to cut off the ankle monitor he was required to wear. Still, even with those violations, Nestor remained out on parole. On the morning of his new son's birth, he was given special permission by the parole officer to visit Selena and the child at the hospital. Texas law requires that a parolee get permission to visit another felon. The hospital police department was also notified that he would be visiting. That morning, Nestor would get dressed up, hop into his SUV, and head over to the hospital. After getting lost for a bit, he stopped at a convenience store and bought a 24-ounce can of Steel Reserve spiked watermelon malt liquor. He would enter the hospital carrying the open can. But that wasn't all he was carrying. Concealed upon his body was a small
They sell alcohol at the hospital? I did not know that shit.
.380 Smith & Wesson Guardian pistol. As a convicted felon and someone on parole, he should not have been in possession of a firearm, and in no way was it legal for him to enter the hospital with that weapon. And yet, he did both, as if it was nothing, even stopping at the nurse's station to use hand sanitizer and to pick up a face mask before going into Selena's room. In short order, the volatile and intoxicated Nestor would begin arguing, then fighting with Selena, who had just given birth a short time before. During the argument, Nestor would pistol whip Selena across the head and neck a number of times.
Holy
And then, healthcare worker Jackie Paqua would open the door and enter the room as part of her regular rounds checking on new mothers and their babies.
Oh,
A shot
no.
rings out, muffled by the heavy door leading into the hospital room. Out in the hall, Sergeant Robert Rangel was waiting to speak to another family who had reported some items missing from their belongings. His
Holy
body cam
shit.
recorder had been turned on as part of a procedure to take the report from them. He turns, and all hell breaks loose.
What happened?
Hey, watch out, man, watch out.
That's the second one?
110 dispatch. Got emergency traffic.
Holy shit.
1030, a man with a gun up here.
Nestor apparently decides to make a break for it and tries to leave the room.
He shot her
Sergeant
twice?
Rangel fires once, striking Nestor in the leg.
All I could see was a black pistol.
You see it right now?
No. He walked in the room. He was coming out. I believe he had the gun in his hand. I shot one time and he went back in the room.
Sergeant Rangel knows that there are still people in the room, as well as almost every other room on this floor. There are medical workers trying desperately to save the life of a nurse who went past him, and countless others in harm's way. He has to negotiate, delay, and keep the shooter engaged in anything except more gunfire.
Okay, listen. We can work this out, partner, okay? All I want to do is just get the people outside, please.
Thanks to Sergeant Rangel's quick call to dispatch and numerous 911 calls, police have already started to arrive at the scene. Over the next few minutes, more than a dozen officers will begin flocking to the hospital, heading upstairs to the Schenkel Tower on the 4th floor.
This is Dallas?
Bravo for 40, running 4th floor. Hey, where'd you hear the shootings?
You can't have that much ammo in that pistol though, right?
¿A dónde? ¿A dónde?
The crazy thing is there's so many fucking places to hide in a hospital, you know?
Hey, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at?
It's right there. Come on,
Where?
that way.
Oh shit, it's locked.
Bravo for 40, I'm gonna need a shield on the 4th floor. Third room on the right. Bravo for 40, does anybody have a 40 millimeter?
We're gonna need a shield.
Yeah, and a shield.
Where's the shield?
A shield?
Hey, is he up there? Do you have eyes on him?
Just cover.
You got a blue shield?
Do we have eyes on that guy?
Walk out with your hands up. Walk out with your hands up.
Walk up. Bro, turn that guy into Swiss cheese. He just shot an innocent lady just doing her job, bro. What a fucking sicko.
This unit needs to come to the right.
All that shit just because he had an argument with his girl.
We got a funnel there.
Hey, does this wrap around? Does it wrap around?
The officers need to find a way to flank Nestor's position in the room, but the hospital was designed for efficiency and privacy of the patients. Adrenaline is running high as it becomes apparent that there is only one way in or out of where Nestor is located. They are going to have to go through that door and try to incapacitate him before he can harm anyone else. The breaching team moves into position.
All right. You see
He
where
could
the
just
sergeant was
camp,
at?
too.
I don't know if you can keep an eye on it. Who has a 40 mil? Hey, stand by. Give me the slammer. Hey, leave the slammer. Leave the slammer. Stay light. We'll call it up. We'll call up the slammer if we need it.
Hey, shield coming up, guys. Hey, we got a shield coming up. Hands up. Slow it down, guys.
Slow down. Slow down.
Shield's up.
Hey, Sarge, get out of the way. Sarge, move. Sarge, come here. Do you see him?
He's thrown out past her.
Okay, get the female out first. Female, come. Get the lady out. Get the female out.
Get the female out.
Come out, man. Come out.
You gotta go in there first.
Come out of the room right now. Come out of the room.
Get gloves on. Get gloves on.
She said I'm trying.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
Come out of the room.
Come on. Come on.
All right.
Keep your hands by your sides.
Holy, is that the nurse on the ground?
Come out of the room, bro. Get out of the way.
Can you move?
Because you can see the blood.
You got gloves? I got gloves. Let's move in. Let's here are my cuffs. Cuff the guy first. All right, guys, ready? Rifles move past. Rifle move past them.
What a fucking psychopath.
Watch your step.
Hey, does this room connect?
No, it does not.
I need one nurse. One nurse.
They're all out. Okay, at least we need a surgeon or something, okay?
Is that the nurse laying on the ground, bro? Look at the blood.
Bravo 440, we have the suspect in custody. Start PES and start homicide as well. Coming out, guys, coming out.
What's the point of hiding the face of the cops?
They are able to bring the baby out, as well as Nestor, both alive. The child is miraculously unharmed.
Hold on, nurse. Let's get him out first. Stand by. Yeah, nurse. Come out, guys, come out. Hey, whose car is he going to be placed in? Okay. Hey.
Get up, you fucking bum. Fucking kick him while he's down, bro.
Hey, which leg, bro?
I hate bums, bro.
Yeah, I'm already on it.
Bravo
What type of
440,
shit?
We're going to need to shut down the entire fourth floor, labor and delivery. Officers at the entrance of the fourth floor.
Up top, all the way up top.
Move this out of the way so they can get to them.
Hey, officer down, kids. Okay, officer down, kid.
Yeah, I got one. Go.
Here. Hey, do me a favor. Let's secure this.
What do y'all need? Somebody with shears. Somebody needs shears.
I just want to confirm it's suspect in custody. Suspect in custody at 11:20.
Rouse, you're making the calls?
In the aftermath, it becomes a race to make sure that the mother and child are unhurt and that Nestor has been taken into emergency surgery. No matter what the man did, the medical team will do their best to try to
Nestor.
save his
Bro,
life.
let him
The
fucking
weight
die,
of their
bro.
two co-workers lays over the
At that
entire
point, bro.
team as Jackie lies dead in the room and Katie Annette was unable to be saved from the mortal wound she had received. Police now have to contend with protecting the crime scene while workers continue to relocate other patients and their families
Some people
that
you
have
just
been
gotta
trapped
have
on
to
the
let them
floor
die, bro.
during the shootout and siege. Downstairs, the hospital entrances have been sealed off by police and the building is on lockdown and in emergency mode. Doctors with special skills in emergency medicine from all over the facility are being called to assist in the emergency rooms. It's not just doctors and nurses headed to the ER, but police officers from the hospital's own department and the city police force. They stand guard to make sure that no one else will fall into the teeth of this day. Nestor goes into emergency care for the gunshot wound.
All right, clean your arms, pressure back. Do what we can. Hey, stop! Yes, because you lost pulse. Stop. Here, I'll get back. I have your phone in my pocket. Hey, got NS or LR?
They should let him die, bro.
Can't put the wire. I need that. No, I'm fine with that.
Back upstairs, the homicide detectives have arrived and forensic teams aren't far behind. They've got a lot of work ahead of them to secure the scene. move people out of the rooms past it, and to attempt to protect the dignity of the victims of this crime. At some point, what they do here could be brought into court, and even the smallest error in their work could mean the difference in the outcome of the trial.
Really?
And then, it's over, at least for now. The police officers return back to their duties or go to make out the necessary reports. The hospital staff has to keep caring for their patients,
No way
including
he
the
does
one
it
who
again.
killed 2 of their own. And the city of Dallas is now getting wind of what happened that day.
In Dallas, a defined active shooter inside a Dallas hospital. 2 medical workers inside Methodist Dallas Medical.
I'm gonna ask you this. Don't take it offense. You think he was here illegally?
Medical Center are dead, both killed by a lone gunman who entered the North Oak Cliff Hospital earlier this morning. Police telling us that the person who shot and killed those workers has been caught.
The families of Jackie and Annette would be receiving calls and visits with the terrible news that they had lost someone they loved deeply and who had done so much for the people of Dallas throughout their lives. Nestor Hernandez would remain at the Methodist Hospital for 4 days, recovering from the gunshot wound to his leg before
Bro, they
being
should kill
transferred
this
to
guy.
Holding
What
to
are you-
await trial.
Shoot him
He would
again.
return to a jail cell, clad in a hospital gown and using a walker to move around. It would take almost 2 years before he saw his day in court. Selena Villatoro would also testify, along with Sergeant Robert Rangel, who by this time had been recognized for valor by the state of Texas for his actions on that day. Selena would be asked how Nestor was acting when he first came into the hospital room.
I thought he was just drunk. That's why he was like being sentimental. Like I didn't really think nothing of it.
Did he appear to you to be drunk or intoxicated at that time?
Showed up
Oh,
to
yes,
the
sir.
to the birth of his child drunk, bro.
Intoxicated.
I mean, just the way he was talking. Just he was crying, talking to them.
She would explain that when Nestor drank, he would often get sentimental and cry. This time, though, he shifted quickly from sadness to anger and jealousy.
After I guess he gets done talking to them, I think I hear like the doors like from the closets opening.
He was jealous while
Like,
she was
he's,
in
like,
bed
opening
having
the
his
closet
kids.
doors,
Like, what is he
slamming them,
jealous
and
about?
then
The lady's literally
next
having
thing I
your
know,
kids, bro.
He like throws the little sliding like desk that they have right there. He throws it and then he like hits me in my head with the gun, and he was telling me like just I don't know, just I think he told me like who's here or something like that.
She would go on to say that prior to him throwing the table, she had accidentally knocked over his beer, spilling it everywhere. He became angry, and she pulled the sheet over her head as he raged.
So he indicated that you had the sheet over your head and he began to hit you in the head with the gun. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you know when he had entered the hospital and specifically into your room that he had a gun at that point?
No, sir.
Did you see where he pulled the gun from?
No, sir.
Okay. You just felt him hitting you with the gun?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall how many times he struck you with the gun?
I think the first time was just once.
Okay.
Just once.
Is he making any statements while this is happening? Is he saying anything to you?
I think he was just like saying like that he had told me to stop playing with him, and he was just telling me stuff like that we're gonna die today.
We're gonna die?
I mean,
Selena would suffer a laceration to her head from the pistol whipping, as well as bruising
like,
to her
"We?"
neck. The pistol, a small and easily concealed one, was lightweight and probably contributed to the relatively small amount of damage she took in the assault.
So just going back to when the defendant is assaulting you with the gun, he's hitting you with the gun, and he's making these statements about killing you all and killing anybody else who comes inside the room. Was the door open or closed at that time? Do you remember?
it was closed.
Okay. And so at some point, did somebody else come inside the room while Nestor has the gun?
Oh yes, sir.
Okay. Who was that?
Almost immediately after being shot, she may have never known that she was in any danger. Let's move over to the testimony.
That's the saddest part of this whole shit, bro. She was just literally just doing her job, bro. Like, she literally went in there to do her job, and she literally got shot by this bum ass nigga for no fucking reason, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's like that's somebody's mom, that's somebody's wife. You know, that's a family member's loved one, bro. Just doing their job, like, just it's such a fucking shitty way to die. It's just a fucking shit human person to be, bro. That's the crazy part about this whole scenario. Like, fuck this guy.